Hey, welcome back. As you can see, we're back at Greygarden. I set up a little cot, had a night's sleep, cooked a little food. Preston decided he wanted to go ahead and set up a radio recruitment beacon and a little generator here. We got a couple of people in. One is set up as a provisioner up to the drive-in movie theater. The other one, who's helping tend to some of the vegetables, is my first normal behaving ghoul I've met. Seems like a really nice guy. After having a look around and admiring the view, Preston and I have made a decision. Since this place is, well, a little bit more centrally located, and, well, the quest to find my son is turning out to be a little more complex than what I originally envisioned, and it is taking me south quite often. This is a bit more of a central location. So, Preston agrees. Sanctuary's a little out of the way. We're probably going to turn this into our new base of operations. And I'm thinking penthouse apartment. We can fix this place up a little bit, get a few more people in. The robots are a bit single-minded. I don't really trust them as guarding the place. I mean, it's obvious they've done pretty well here for the past 210 years, but I'm going to get a few more people in, and we're going to, well, make this place a little bit more safe and secure. We've got a semi-truck up there with a flatbed on it, a couple of Connex boxes. There are a few more down the tracks down there. There's a few more up there near some radiation, but I think with my power armor I can drag them out of the radiation enough to get these guys to help me bring them down here. So we've got good access to, well, there's a bus, some pickup trucks, some Connex boxes. Might even find a rail car somewhere around here pretty close, but we got some vehicles. There are, well, some remnants of buses. There's another bus down there. We've got a remnant of one over there. I'm thinking between the steel we got out of the drive-in and what we can scavenge from around here, I think we might be able to do something with this place. So I think what Preston and I are going to do, obviously we're getting a bit of a late start, but he and I are probably going to clear this place up a little bit, make up some plans, decide what we're going to do. But yeah, I'm kind of a little excited about this. I mean, I think if I get a little apartment up there, I'll feel really secure. And we can get this place pretty well defended. I mean, we won't even need to do any farming work. These guys, you know, they're just growing the food because they're on autopilot. They're just sort of piling it up. Traders have been coming in, and from the sound of it, they've been sort of taking advantage of them. I mean, they're like trading 1,000 caps worth of food to those traders and just getting, like, you know, a steel blade for one of their robots in exchange, because, you know, they're programmed to do some basic trading, but it seems like their economics are all based off of pre-war scale. So I think what we're going to do is just from now on, we'll manage most of the sales and the trading, and in exchange we'll take care of these guys a little bit better. But in order to do that, we got to get this place cleaned up. and decide what we're going to do with it. So, let's build a Greygarden. Okay. As you can see, it's a little bit more cleaned up. We scrapped, well, most everything that we didn't think we were going to use. Even did a little reworking of their irrigation system in here. It was a bit rough. Got rid of all the weeds, all the bushes, all the stumps, dead trees. And I think it's time. We made up a few plans. We decided what we wanted to do. We want to make this place a bit of a trader hub. We want to get us a nice, safe, secure apartment. We want to get some people up on top. A few guards, people to keep an eye out. And mostly, since people can see in as well as we can see out, well, normally, not counting today's weather, we want to make sure that they know that the Minutemen are back. So, And all finished. Well, mostly. Got rid of a few things around, recycled quite a bit, and, well, we've got ourselves a new headquarters here at Greygarden. Did a little vehicle relocation. A bunch of the cars and trucks around from the bridge. Just some real simple walls around to keep the pests out. This one's pretty open air, as you can see. I've got a few turrets around, and we drug up some Connex boxes. My only two residents are Harrison here, who's on guard duty.
Yes.
And my other one is set up as a provisioner. I haven't reactivated my radio recruitment beacon because we moved it over and set it up, but I am lacking some copper to finish getting everything wired. So we're going to have to do a little bit of scrounging around in order to be able to finish this place up. I sort of set up a main entrance. There is a little gate at the corner over there, but that's mostly just for my provisioners to come in. And it's an easy place to move items in and out from the orchards and the greenhouse there. Here's my actual main entrance that's going to be for any traders or people that happen to come in. I've got a turret set up here. We did set up a couple of beds and a few amenities for them. Even have a little place for them to cook and eat. Set up a little outdoor area here with a couple of vending machines. Some tables and chairs and places so they can relax. I figure since they're out in the weather so much, they probably wouldn't mind spending the afternoon in the shade here. We do have a couple of outhouses. And relocated another Connex box up here. Went ahead and set up a weapons and armor bench here. Preston taught me how to make a lot of these things, and since we already had a workbench here that's pretty well equipped, I was able to put together and set up some pretty substantial work items here. Of course, we've got our lift going. This is a pretty good spot for a little view, so just throw up a couple sandbags just in case we do have to take on anybody along the roadways or anything like that. Again, a second outhouse here. Use some scrap metal. Kind of threw together a little bit of a shed here. Eventually, once I get some more glass, I'm going to go ahead and put a chem station out here. Right now, I just don't have the ingredients to make one. But I figure this little metal structure will be, fireproof mostly. And, resistant to quite a bit of chemicals. So I figured it'd be a good place for a chemistry bench. Just in case I get a Brahmin, we set an extra pump over here. Found an old bathtub just over the road a little ways there, and that'll be good for any Brahmin. Found an old caravan. It was actually just on the other side of the road over there, near the campground. We were able to drag it out of the way without getting that bear's attention. Just a sleeping bag, a bed, some basics. As I said, I only have 2 people right now, and it's going to be a little bit of time before we get some more. Found an old weight set. We were able to get it cleaned up reasonably well. I think the guys will enjoy that. Cleaned up the greenhouse. Closed off these back two doorways.
We could do with a spot of rain.
Yes, we could, couldn't we? Didn't mind blocking off those doorways because I went ahead and put in a little man door over here. It's almost directly under an extra guard post that we set up on top of the caravan here, so I figure this guy will be able to guard this pretty well. I'm probably, as soon as I get some more copper and the necessary requirements, I don't like putting turrets really close to a guard post, but this would be a very good place for a laser turret, so we'll do that when we get around to it. And this is the ground floor. Now, let's go see what we've got upstairs. Alright. This is caved in over there, so there's not really a way for people to get up here. So mostly, I just set up a few sandbags and some blocks just in case. Oh. We need to protect ourselves from incoming fire over at that end. At night, there's a really eerie green glow over in that area. Preston let me in that, well, that's where the biggest of the bombs hit. And it's a place called the Glowing Sea. We were able to scavenge up enough parts to make a bit of a telescope. And I got a little bit of a look. Can't really see anything, just some jagged hills and some glowing green. But now that I know it's there, I know to avoid it. Preston says the radiation's so bad, it's deadly in minutes. As you can see, we've got a couple of flags up here. We've got a couple of flags down below there. Let the world know that the Minutemen are here. I think this is a good enough time to fully announce our presence. Drug over a bus. Not sure what we'll do with it, but it's something. Extra shelter. Got one of the Connexes off the trailer, and as you can see, I relocated the trailer. We had a devil of a time getting it over this centerway here, but we were able to. Got it set up here. Connex box. That protects our generators that we've got set up. I figure up here would be the best place for them. It's going to be really hard for anything to get up here. I've got two guard posts because these guys have such a sweeping view. One is guarding this side. I've just got a single turret. Chances of anything getting up here are pretty remote, and with this view distance, I figure that turret will be able to handle most anything that comes. Here's our second guard post with, again, a massive sweeping view of anything coming from most of the way. You can even get up and have a look from the top of the bus if need be. Now, again, if anything was to try to sneak down here, I've got a single turret set up. Again, nice long view distance, so it should be able to handle anything that comes. We drug over a couple of cars. We were thinking about possibly setting up another wall down here, but we haven't really got around to it. And as you can see from my health there a little bit, I'm quite ill. This has been a lot of work. But I have a penthouse apartment of dreams. We got enough carpet that almost the whole thing is carpeted. As you can see, it's a bit weathered and stained, but it's going to be a lot warmer on the feet, especially since I consider this my home. I can actually walk around barefoot. As you can see, I've gotten so used to sleeping on the ground and sleeping bags and hard surfaces, just not used to a pillow. So Preston got it for me. It was nice of him, but I just can't use it. For privacy, I just sort of set myself up a little chair here. You can sit and watch the sunset. Relax. A few little archaeological finds that came while searching the area. We ran up some piping, so I do have water up here. Have to pump it a little bit more than normal to get the water all the way up here, but that works great. Got a cooking station. Oh, looks like Preston's making some more coffee. Got a little bit on cooking. Rubber mat so that any meat, got quite a bit of meat off those rag stags, so don't want the blood dripping on the carpet any more than necessary. Got a dining room table, a few basics, dresser. We're able to get an old washer and dryer working, so I could actually do a little bit of laundry, even have a little sink set up. But here's one of my pride and joy. A fully functional working bathroom. I do have to pump water in, fill up a tank for my shower, bucket in water for the sink and toilet, but it works out pretty good. And of course, tinkered with a terminal. Was able to get it working. Learned enough that I'm actually a bit more skilled at hacking now, so I can handle a little bit more high security terminals if I need to. And of course, set up a little bar, a few drinks, some water for any Minutemen that come in. Got a couple of matching chairs here for them. And one of my pride and joys, my weapons manufacturing and power armor maintenance area. Got a few boards set up for weapons, if I get some decent weapons to hang. Considering putting my minigun in one of these. Got my original set of power armor that I had. I did run back to Sanctuary and grab it. I've got the new one I found, but it was missing an arm, so I took the arm off of this power armor set, put it on here. I'm missing some components to be able to build a full power armor station. Once I get a full power armor repair station set up, I will be able to upgrade and repair this guy. Got a few tools, things around, and decided to do a little bit of regulation of my equipment inventory here. So, hats and helmets, glasses, face wear, chest pieces, and of course, right arm, right leg, left arm, and left leg. Miscellaneous stuff I can keep in a little case over here. And then down here at the bottom I have some basic clothing. Some road leathers, the Dirty Army fatigues, Preston's old colonial duster. Anything that I might want to keep just full body clothing wise will go there. I could always keep extra stuff in the drawers as well, so I think I've got a pretty good setup here to be able to organize any items that I come across. Got myself a little patio out here. Nice little area when I want to take a break. I still got to finish off a little bit of railing across here, but I think we'll leave that for another day. Just set up a little table and a couple of chairs out here I was able to salvage. Nothing great. I've still got to do quite a bit. And again, there's pretty much no lighting yet because, as you can see, I do have a few conduits in and a little bit of power ran to them, but I am lacking quite a bit of copper, so I need to do some work, get everything set up the rest of the way. So, let's head back down. So, as you can see, place is pretty well equipped. But I need quite a bit of copper to be able to finish up the lighting. I really want to get this place lit up, especially those flags at the top so that everyone can see. Oh, and I also have a flag over at this end and a flag at this end. And again, I have a guard post looking north and south up there. The only way anybody could sneak in would be underneath the highways, which is why I set my guard post down here facing east and west, except for one specific one here, which kind of overlooks our little entryway main area here. And he can also see down to the bridge a little bit, but this is sort of a last line of defense here in case anybody makes it all the way up and inside. And with that, I think Preston and I are going to take the rest of the night off. Yeah, he's already getting ready to hit the sack. But we're going to, you know, having a little snack for dinner. Now that we got access to some nice fresh water again, we can restock everything we need. And I kind of need to clear the surrounding area here a little bit. I do have the junkyard just up the hill here. I want to make sure that's okay. There's an old house just across the tracks here that I want to make sure that that area is all okay and safe. Do a little scouting. There's pretty much just the road on this side. I think this is all mostly safe over here. But we're probably going to do that first thing in the morning. And then Preston and I are going to go ahead and strike out for Diamond City. We're just going to head up to the top of the hill here and follow what remains of the highway right into town, into Diamond City.
I've worn out a lot of shoe leather since I joined the Minutemen.
And tomorrow, we're wearing out a little more. So, this is my Greygarden, my new headquarters. And with a little bit more work, with some supplies that we still have to get, I think we're set with a new headquarters.